Very satisfying. Alright, here's part 3 of scratch building a tube amplifier. Today we're doing the turret board. This will give me a chance to quickly go over some layout ideas. We'll start with the standard fender layout. That would be an option. Actually, you know what? I accidentally grabbed the AA964, the Princeton, without the reverb. This is fine though. This will work because I'm not going to be using this style of layout. I have used this style before, more than once, and the amps turned out great. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, Fender did it like this for a long time, and as we all know, the amps are legendary. So I found something else that I like better, and that would be using a Hoffman style layout. So let's take a look at this. To me, it's just more straightforward, and I've had really good luck using this style. I say style because as we can see here, let me zoom back in. As we can see with this layout, the components being used, even if you can't read them, I'll tell you what they say. For instance, this capacitor here is a 0.1 microfarad, 600 volt film cap, and that's what this is. And that would fit, something like this would fit very nicely in that space. Here's a 0.047 that I'll be using in this amp. You can see same spacing. Yeah, not going to happen. So even though I like the straightforwardness of this layout, I like the grounding scheme a lot. Every time I've used this as a template, the amps have turned out dead quiet. So I'm going to be using this layout again, but like I said, things will have to be moved. It's not something I can just copy and paste as far as the turret board goes. For instance, with this bias pot, none of these pins are going to be here, and I'll get to that later. And obviously I'm going to have to be moving turrets around to accommodate these larger film caps and all of that. Also, this layout is a Princeton reverb with no tremolo. One major difference between what we're doing is there is no mid. So as we already talked about, I'll be adding a mid control to this amp. So that layout I just showed you and more, along with this template, can be printed off of hoffmanamps.com. Ton of great information. You can just download the PDF and print it off. So basically what I'm going to be doing is moving pins, also going to be drilling holes for wires, excluding some pins altogether, and as this thing comes together, I think you'll see what I'm talking about as far as the straightforwardness of it. Anyway, the next step is to resize on the computer, print out a correct size template, cut it out, and get it on to the turret board. So we have our board. I've put tape on it to mark it. This is the bottom. The power section is down that way, so that way it goes back into the amp exactly the same way it came out, just to prevent any kind of flipping around. So we have the board, and this goes on like this. Next, what I'm going to do is tape it on here how I want it. sit down and move the pins. Like I say, check this out. That's not going to work. That would be a major pain. There's a fair amount of rearranging, but for this amp, it's all the basic layout is here, and I can work with this. It's going to look real good when it's done. So next step is tape this on here. I will cross out a pin that I intend to move, and then make a new mark for where it's going to go. For example, a .022 is going from here to here, and that's nothing. So what I'm going to do is cross this pin out and move it back here. So that's what I'm going through and doing. I'm going to take this, line it up, make a new mark. As you can see, I've already crossed out these three, moved them down here, going through like this, getting it all laid out. Alright, so I got the board center punched. Everything moved and center punched where I want it. Off to the drill press. Alright, let's start down here with the paper on. Let me see how it goes. That ain't gonna work. Always make sure the drill bit is in straight. Yeah, I don't like the paper. So I guess this is the original jelly roll. Using this white marker to help me see. I don't like the paper because as soon as I go through it, the paper bubbles up. I don't know. Even though it should be fine with the paper, honestly, it's probably just in my head. Let me try this out. I need my glasses. So, I think either way works. Let's continue. See all the dust that gets trapped under the paper? And that's just from the two holes, the few holes that I did. That works. If you're enjoying this video, please take the time to like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. On with the video. Now it's time to install the turrets. And this is my handy little turret thing. I made this a long time ago and it works, so I just keep using it. And the turret just goes in upside down. I've already put a few in. So the turret's right there. I'm going to go ahead and do this one. And then for the hammer, I'm using just an upholstery hammer. This is just a 5-ounce hammer. Upholstery hammer. There's no need for a full-size 16-ounce hammer. Then I have this to start it off, and this to finish it off. So we got a turret in there. The tape is to keep it from ringing. get it started with that. Then I come back with this, finish it off. Then test it. Then I test to make sure it is not loose at all. And I just do one at a time. And before you know it, this thing will be ready to go.
Just make sure the drill bit is the correct size. You don't want the holes too big on the board. And just taking my time, do one by one. And it really doesn't take that long.
Last one. The turrets are in. The only thing left I'm going to do with this one is be drilling some holes for wires to go through. But as far as the board goes, it definitely has turrets. It's got some nice weight to it. And it's ready to go. Also, I do take care to keep the front free of scratches as much as possible. On the back, not as much. Because I forgot to mention, after drilling, I kind of scrape off the blowouts to get it nice and smooth. Anyway, it's looking good, feels good. No loose turrets, and this board is basically done. The only thing left is this guy, and it's very simple. I put the turrets at 3/4 inches on center. Only thing left is to put the turrets in here for the filter caps, which is only 8 turrets, and the boards are complete. And that's the filter cap board. A little more room on this side because the 47 UF takes up a smidge more room. And that's it. This thing is ready to roll. Next video, we'll be getting the faceplates squared away. Those are also handmade. And if you've enjoyed this video, feel free to like and subscribe. Until next time.